Hi there, I'm Alex. I'm a third year philosophy and modern languages student.
My name's Connor. I am a third year English with study abroad student.
My name's Beth and I'm a second year medical student.
My name is Stan. I'm in my final year doing medical sciences at the University of Exeter.
My name is Matthew. I'm a second year BA geographer.
I'm Annie. I study mechanical engineering on the Streatham campus.
So within Exeter, Devon, there are two campuses, the first being Streatham and the other being St Luke's.
There are various teaching methods and those will depend on the degree that you're doing.
Lots of courses have labs, some courses have field trips, but other courses it's very much lectures, seminars and office hours.
Lectures are obviously a lot bigger than seminars, so it's a hall of up to 150, 200 students. Seminars are much smaller, which allows for the students to interact between themselves and again bounce ideas.
So instead of having seminars, we have tutorials. During our tutorials, we'll be given a worksheet, which we then have to go through all the different questions together, like as groups, and help collaborate on it.
Your contact time will depend on what course you study, and it will depend on what year of study you're in. It's not that you get more teaching, it's just you get the same teaching in a different method. But as you go through your time at the university, the more contact time that you have at the beginning is actually replaced with independent work.
After every session, you're sort of expected to go over your own notes, building on what you've learnt in that session.
There's a lot that you need to do yourself.
One way which I tend to do this is if I have like a free afternoon where I don't have any lectures, I block this out as my own independent study time.
Some people decide to work in town, so you can walk for 15 minutes, sit down in a coffee shop for a couple of hours and then be back on campus for the afternoon.
It's not like you're on your own though. The university gives lots of support and guidance for independent study.
Academic tutors are really important to many parts of your university experience, especially go to them with academic doubts or even kind of personal issues that could be affecting your academics.
Their role is to check on your well-being, how things are going.
And if you need any help with anything, they can signpost you to the right place. They organise regular meetings with you.
With modularity, you can shape your degree in how you want to learn. Your course is split up into modules. Just like how you would have topics at A level, each module is its own topic.
I've really enjoyed having a modular system because I've been able to choose modules that I like the sound of, that I can then explore further, and they could be from a range of disciplines.
There are some compulsory modules, but this is to give you the ground skills that you can build upon and find what you enjoy.
It's a great opportunity to kind of explore a lot more connections between subjects, which is what university is for.
Field trips are a massive tool for learning.
It's seeing the real world application of your studies, which I think is so important.
Practically applying what you've learnt theoretically, it's quite a good way to solidify knowledge.
It can give you an idea of the opportunities that await you after university.
The majority of our programs you can do with either study abroad or industrial experience. It's a really great opportunity to kind of see what working in the real world is like. A lot of people will also be able to secure jobs out of this as well.
It meant I got experience in a specific area of engineering by working with a company. You can also do a full year and again half a year, which you can do during your third year. So if you're worried about adding more time onto your degree or you want to do a master's or something, you can take the half year option instead.
I was on a year abroad this year. I was in Melbourne in Australia. It's an amazing way of learning something completely different.
There's a lot of flexibility within the year abroad about catering it to your own likes. I was able to see the real world application of my studies.
Majority of first year students will be living in halls of residence. There's a variety of options on campus and off campus, catered and self-catered accommodations.
You do a quiz before you go to say what your likes are, whether you'd prefer a quiet or flat. In terms of bathrooms, you can have an ensuite or shared. In terms of who you're sharing with, each accommodation varies ever so slightly in terms of numbers. So I was sharing with 8 people. I know other people that had flats of 12. I think Exeter does put in that effort to match you with people that you're going to get along with in university accommodation.
I lived in a flat of 8 people and the majority of the people in the flat were international, which was a really cool experience. There were like a lot of other accommodations around, so I had a lot of friends which were like across the road, which I could just walk over to and see them at any time.
When you get to second and third year, most people will house hunt in friendship groups.
The university hold housing fairs and they have an online portal to help you find accommodation.
Going from halls and then going into your own private residence is quite a nice way to transition to what life would be like after university.
In the city of Exeter, there's a range of things that you can do. So we have 2 shopping centres.
You've got high-end fashion, you've got high street fashion, you've got your charity shops.
There's a couple of theatres. As well as that, we've got some live music venues like Cavern and the Phoenix.
There's lots of restaurants and bars where you can go.
And it's also quite a quaint city in terms of things like the Christmas market every year by the cathedral, and there's a food and drink festival every year.
There are several nightclubs in Exeter as well, which kind of put on different nights during the week.
There's also some really historical areas. So Exeter's a Roman city. There's aspects of the Roman life at the Royal Albert Memorial Museum. These obviously give a great opportunity for kind of cultural experiences.
We've got the lovely quay area as well, which is nice for just like a walk with your friends, or if you want to go to one of the cafes and pubs there as well.
Whenever you're in town, there's a lot going on. There's always music being played, there's events going on. You can take a 15-minute train in one direction and you'll be at the sea.
As well as Dartmoor National Park, lots of people like to cycle up there. It's beautiful greenery.
There's really good transport links, and within a couple of hours you can be in London.
It's got everything a city needs to be a city, but it's still kind of small enough to have this community feel.
The Students' Guild are an organising body.
Now they're your students' union who are there to represent us as students to the university.
Each year they elect a new president who puts forward their ideas of what they want to achieve during their presidency.
The main way that people interact with the guild is via societies.
That includes 250 in Exeter and 150 in Cornwall. When you come to Exeter, what you'll find is there is a society for nearly anything and everything.
No matter what you're interested in, you can really find something that you enjoy and you can really devote your time to.
And there are so many societies. There's a Taylor Swift society, a hide and seek society, a Quidditch society. They're all just accepted because you find people within them that are like-minded, and that's the whole point of society.
The Students' Guild organise and help run loads of events going on every week, as well as organising the massive Freshers' Fair up on Streatham campus, which is such a fun day.
At Exeter, you can get really involved with volunteering in the local community.
There are so many charities, including little shops as well as groups in and around Exeter that can always use help. Lots of societies will have a charity secretary who runs charity events.
There's Exeter student volunteers who run a number of different projects. There are also societies that involve a lot of volunteering.
Every single year we host a varsity as a fundraiser. There's pub quizzes, there's bake sales.
There are different groups like the Expose, which is our university newspaper.
We also have our media societies.
At Exeter, there's a wide range of sports you can get involved in. The important thing to note about these clubs is that they cater for all kinds of abilities.
We're part of Bucks, which is the league where all the universities in the UK compete against each other, and we consistently score in the top 5. So on the Streatham campus, we have our Russell Seal Fitness Centre, which is a state-of-the-art gym, as well as different pitches. We also have a golf course on the Streatham campus. We have an outdoor pool and an indoor one on the St Luke's campus.
There's different opportunities to go and support our major teams, which is great for community spirit.
Something that Exeter really prides itself on is the support services that it has available. The well-being is something that every student can access.
They've got a range of counsellors and people to talk to if you're struggling.
We have a doctor's surgery on campus.
The finance services at Exeter are really easy to get into contact with. So this can be to do with like funding, paying tuition fees, that sort of thing.
I personally have had experience with the academic support in terms of my individual learning plan.
We also do have a careers team on campus.
So they'll have careers evenings organised by societies and lecturers.
The career zone, it's kind of open to everyone, and you stayed registered with it after you graduate as well. There's a range of services that they offer, so you can go to them to have your CV looked at and make sure that it's ready for potential employers. They run mock interviews.
The career services services themselves are also available for you after you graduate. So if you don't go into employment straight away, you still have access to all of the support services.
Exeter's got an amazing community that I really think that you can feel as soon as you arrive.
It just felt somewhere I could be happy and feel comfortable living.
I wanted to come to a university that supported me and supported my learning. We're a really high-ranking university, and I really wanted to come to a university that would really challenge me in my studies.
I really liked the fact that it was a campus-based university on two very beautiful campuses in Exeter, but I also liked having the very easy access to the city centre.
The course is really special in that it accesses every subject of learning that I was interested in and gave you that face-to-face patient contact from your very first week.
I could see myself living there. I could see myself being happy, being safe.
And it was just somewhere that I felt comfortable and I could imagine myself being very, very happy.